bucket list item, right? Getting to drive here, getting to race here.
I've got a mantra in life, which is if anyone offers you the chance to drive at Le Mans, you must say yes.
The sound is so unique compared to what they normally see out here.
Pretty much been nonstop chasing the dream.
How's my hair?
The first time that an American manufacturer has come to Le Mans to be the support. Let's hope it's not the last.
The process of preparing for this race, you get on a simulator and learn the track essentially. So then I know what part of the track they're on now, which is cool. It's a pinch yourself moment going around the track at speed, race cars at full song, flags waving, the whole deal. It's just awesome.
Even if you're not in racing, you know what Le Mans is. We're here, Wednesday morning, and it's already packed with people. A lot of Ford fans here walking through the paddock, and definitely a different atmosphere.
It was amazing. My first time to Le Mans, I got to run in the sim a little bit, so I felt like I knew where I was at all times. It's such a long track, right? A lot of corners. It was awesome, and I'm having the time of my life.
I actually don't follow a lot of regular racing. I'm pretty busy just driving and having fun, but I know how historic this race is and this track, and having any track that is like basically going around the entire city. For me, I was like, there's an opportunity maybe this year to drive Le Mans. So we got 2 cars, put together a team, and I think we're one of the only dark horse stars that are actually owning the car. So from March of this year, we've pretty much been nonstop chasing the dream.
There are like 5 different independent tracks.
It is.
Each of them has a little technical thing to figure out. It's like, okay, you get through one and you log what worked or what didn't work, and then it's like, okay, and on what's next? Oh yeah, this one. And then you go to the next little track.
You'd think because I won a championship in a drift car Mustang, any of it would be the same, but none of it at all, in any way, shape, or form is the same.
I made a side comment to our contact at the ACO saying how cool would it be to have all of these Mustang Dark Horse Rs ripping down the Mulsanne. And a week later, we get a call from the ACO saying, hey, we'd like to have you at Le Mans 2025 with Mustang Challenge. I don't know, it was almost like they kind of called our bluff. We said, we've got this incredible opportunity to essentially fly the series over to Le Mans next year as a support race in 2025. Without asking any other questions, Mark said, let's do it. So on the logistics side, planning for a very long time, how it's gonna work, where you're gonna bring your cars to. Everyone was gonna bring their cars to Greenville-Spartanburg Airport in South Carolina. So everything was stacked in a big warehouse. The car is double stacked. My thought was, how are you gonna fit all this onto a single plane?
It's a very special place here at Le Mans for Michelin. We use motorsports to test our technology and to bring new innovation. 1923, the very first Le Mans race, Michelin was the winner. In that race, they also used the first removable tire in motorsports. So you see right from the very beginning, Michelin continues to use motorsports as a pillar to bring technology forward. In the tire compound here, we have about 100 people servicing the teams. We have over 5,000 tires to service all the teams that are running on Michelin over the weekend, including 800 for the Ford Mustang Challenge alone.
We obviously had a number of our brand ambassadors, our partners, celebrities that we work with, from Chris Hoy, Chris Harris, Jim Farley, Tanner Foust. They all heard the announcement and they said, let me know if there's a seat.
The diversity of drivers that Ford has brought out. You've got young guns here that run this full championship, have this car absolutely dialed. They're hoping to get in these cars, these prototypes and these GT3 cars in the coming years. And then you've got the CEO of Ford. You've got Top Gear hosts from the US and from the UK. I mean, you got everything lined up in this paddock.
I've never raced in Europe. It's been a pretty cool experience. That first lap was pretty cool. I felt like Steve McQueen down the back straight. I'm 22 years old. I actually turned 23 on Friday during our first race, so I'm excited for that. But I started racing with Ford 12 months ago. We did the season last year in Mustang Challenge, won 2 races, finished P3 in the championship. Then Ford invited me, interviewed me, and selected me for the Ford Junior program. When they announced the Le Mans Invitational for Mustang Challenge, I knew I had to find a way to get here, and it wasn't easy, but we have found a way, and it's awesome, and it's an honor to race with all the other junior drivers. It's the first time we've ever all raced against each other. I don't want to just be present, I want to compete for the win.
We're a big fan of the Mustangs in Australia, and I'm lucky enough to have enough support in Australia that's making me able to come here and be part of this awesome program. Bathurst 1000 winner, Peter Brock, 1987, also my granddad. It is really a family fair. We've got my mum, my dad, my granddad, and some really close family friends, including Michael Stilwell, who's been a mentor of mine for the last couple of years. So my dad's, team manager. He's always been a team manager. Mum's just kind of does all the hard work no one else wants to do. Granddad just kind of hangs around and chews the ear off about 1987 Bathurst and Chichens. So yeah, it's great.
I think that's what makes Ford different. Ford's a family company. There's not many left. Big companies like Ford. Will Ford is here in Ford Performance, and Bill is, probably the biggest advocate for going to Le Mans, and he loves Mustangs. I mean, it's kind of what we do at Ford. It's like racing isn't turning off for us. It's just another day for us.
Everyone knows what Le Mans is. It's the biggest race in the world. It's funny because when you watch Le Mans or you watch Ford versus Ferrari, they're holding the poster boards on the front straight. And that's the only communication they had. 50 years later, we don't have much more. I can't even hear my crew chief in Porsche curves, and it's just me and him with our program. He's obviously in pit lane, so I hear him for like 30 seconds of the track because this place is so big and so expansive. So it's kind of funny because through all the advancements and all the technology in the last 60 years, it's like, the more things change, the less they actually change.
Jim is one of the coolest dudes here. If you saw him at a bar or at a place or a track, you would never know that he's a CEO of Ford. He's super stand-up and has a great time. He's a really good driver. I think that's super important for Ford too, because you have a CEO of the company like actually producing, racing, and enjoying the cars and giving feedback. Like when you see a CEO of a company give feedback to engineers about how the car turns in and how the car puts the power down, like I see and understand a future in that company that like I definitely want to be a part of.
Le Mans is so open up, then you can really go for it because it's safe and not many people around you. I'm working with Jan Magnussen. I mean, come on. Everyone else is playing golf. Good luck with that.
I raced with Frankie at Coda, Circuit Americas, in these cars last year. It was awesome. He was a good driver, so he's not afraid to hustle it at speed and be very close to you because that's what he does. So,
Sometimes actors get a bad rap because, it's like, oh, they play one driving guy in a movie and now they want to be a racer. But that happened to him when he was like 14.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it ever since. And he has an amazing amount of experience a lot of people don't even know about. And so he kind of comes out of here as a dark horse a little bit, or an underdog. And he seems like more of a racer to me than an actor sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's really through his blood. And he's quick, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
So my first career was in cycling. I used to do racing on the velodrome at the Olympic Games. I won 6 Olympic gold medals through my career. I finished that. And then motorsport was my passion. So I started driving track days, going to racing. And then 3 years after I started racing in cars, I was here at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in an LMP2, which was just a dream come true. Amazing experience. It's such a special place. Anybody who comes here, I think, is kind of caught up in the magic of it. And so since then, any opportunity I have to come back and race and grab it with both hands. And when I heard about the Mustang Invitational, Mustang Challenge, it was like, yes. Immediately, I replied in about 2 seconds.
If you're a European, these cars are fascinating because the personality and simplicity of your cars is something that I think we now crave. It moves around, it's American, it just makes you smile when you drive it, it sounds magnificent from inside. When you go over the start line, You know when the first guys have gone over because there's this massive wall of sound goes, wah!
The first race of two for the Le Mans Invitational Ford Mustang Challenge 2025. We are racing, the green flag waves. Pearly going wide, gets the inside at the first chicane. That's going to be a drag race down the hill to the Old Forest S's, 3-4 wide in the middle of the field.
I've got to watch out for Frankie, who's going to be behind me and is in class.
Most fun part was passing people where passes normally aren't made. So, I was passing people, on the outside of the Porsche curves in the grass. There's just a lot of moves that I normally wouldn't make, but, in this situation, I had to make them.
Right on the tail of Frankie now is Jim Farley.
I think I started 30th and I finished 19th. Picked up a lot of time, and I don't want to be the corporate guy, who wrecks someone or takes a chance. So I'm careful.
During the race, Tanner passed me and he started making a gap on me. And then I started drafting up to Tanner. Tanner lost his ABS and I could see he's locking up wheels.
Saw a car going slowly down.
Tanner Foust, the leader in the stars.
Right.
There's something wrong with Tanner Faust's car.
And then I started slowly reeling him back in because he had to make his brake zones a lot longer.
Last lap now, and we've had an incident as David Wall is in the barrier at the exit of the Porsche chicanes. This will bring out a red flag. Let's congratulate our Dark Horse podium finishers. Cameron McLeod for Ryan McLeod Racing Car, the number 92.
It was really, really cool, especially to come in and stand on the podium at Le Mans and have your flag above you and your Australian anthem played is just really, really special.
We ended up with the win, but we didn't know until like 2 hours later. We ended up with a trophy, P1 in class. Really excited about that. And when we got the win, it was like, dude, this is crazy. We actually should be here.
The batteries that are run in each of these cars are the same batteries that you can run in your own car. Yellow Top Optima, best-selling batteries on the planet. The push always with motorsport is to move the technology forward. So Optima has just released actually a lithium version of that battery in the same standard size for a car, which weighs a third as much, has more capability, more power. And that's the next step because that's what racing is asked for. And then that's what eventually becomes available for consumers.
We kick off Le Mans morning with live coverage of the Mustang Challenge Le Mans Invitational. The Dark Horse are ready to go racing. The green flag is waving.
Effectively, someone dropped a bomb at the first chicane. It was windshields, like there'd been a minor plane crash. And then there was another crash the second. It was brilliantly funny. I thought, okay, just let this go off around you and we'll gain 5 positions just through crash cars, which we did. I think we made 11 places on the first lap by overtaking and by crashing.
We had clean air, we had passed a few cars, go into the chicane, late break it, turn in, and when I turn in, I get rear-ended by the guy behind me who smashed the car. And my crew chief is like, hey, race control called, they want you to pull in. Your bumper's hanging off. And I'm like, I've lived 20 years for this moment of training, of taking bumpers off. I'm like, no worries. So on the back straight, they had these huge Rolex, giant boxes that are pretty stiff. So I just swerved, got the bumper in there.
He was weaving around in the number 88.
To try and get rid of it. Oh, that's genius.
Knocked the bumper off and got right back in line like nothing happened. And they said, oh, they removed you from race control. I'm like, perfect, let's go.
We're racing again with 28.5 minutes to go. Foust pulling out to the right-hand side of Tim Miles in that white number 47 car. 25.5 still to go. Bashura has rejoined. Tanner Foust goes down the inside of Sandy Sotelo, and that's the Dark Horse Stars leader into the top 6, Peter.
Amazing.
Frankie Muniz, super popular in the 133.
You know, it's intense for sure. I mean, these are proper race cars, proper racing drivers, racing at Le Mans.
A new set of drivers experiencing this here. It is Jim Farley in the number 17 car. He's almost halfway up the field.
To see all the white, red, and blue from around the globe, and I'm thinking about all the people and why they're here and how hard it was to get the cars here, but also each of these families has been looking forward to this for a long time. It's a moment.
Cameron McLeod doing Cameron McLeod things. 2.5 seconds at the front of the field.
But Robert Neuecker has just done the fastest lap of the race. That is a remarkably quick time, and he is only 6.7 seconds from the lead. He is in 7th place, Robert Neuecker. Can he catch Cameron McLeod?
Jensen Altman up into 2nd position.
What a drive from Robert Neuecker. Even if he doesn't make it up to the win, the charge here on that white and blue fronted machine is his move.
Neuecker with another outside pass, but he's not going to get that done. He's going to end up in the gravel, holding back from charging up to the leader. Ryan McLeod saw the panels, and that's somebody touring in front, and it's held him up. Oh my goodness me, it's McLeod.
It's McLeod.
That is the leader. He didn't see the green flag, so we've got a new leader, Robert Neuecker from 37, McLeod. I don't know what he's done there.
They had the green on the bridge flashing, but there was no flags. I saw one green, I'm like, this is my shot.
If we get a moment, this is the pass for the lead as Robert Neuecker went through on the Forest S's.
Team going berserk, the Robert Neuecker team after that one. Up to speed. Neuecker was 0.2 quicker than McLeod, but McLeod appears to have got his head down here big time, and as they head up out of Arnage and towards the Porsche curves.
Here's the battle for the lead. The draft is strong. Cameron McLeod in the Ryan McLeod racing car goes out to driver's left. That will mean he'll have to do the Neuecker move round the outside.
I got the run out of the last chicane on Mustang, and then fired down there, we were too wide. He blocked the inside, so I went to the outside.
It was such clean racing. You know, we were mirror to mirror.
On the circuit that has seen so much Ford history down through the years, and we're writing a new chapter here between these two young chargers from opposite sides of the world. And through on the inside into Indianapolis goes the man from the Antipodes, and McLeod leads at Le Mans. This is marvellous stuff. Across the curves, no chance of a pass unless there's a mistake, unless it can be a sprint to the line. It's going to be Cameron McLeod. He pulls off to the left-hand side, so he didn't give Neuecker the draft, and he wins it by a 10th and 3/4. McLeod takes the win from Robert Neuecker, the man who made the most passes of the season.
I'm happy I come here, and great bunch of people helped me get here as well. To win it and make it a bit of a race, and the last race was even better. And
you know, to be able to race at this track, you know, with a family team, to go from prepping your own car an ocean away and then come here and run it, almost win it from the back, is definitely something I never thought I would do.
It was Tanner Foust, wasn't it, who got to the lead of the Stars.
First place in class, super happy, feels good.
When we finished the race, everyone was waving. A lot of the competitors were doing burnouts on the track. I think it's just been amazing. Everyone keeps smiling. They're just like, wow, this is kind of even more than I expected. And for some people, this is an experience you can't buy with money. You got to work hard to be here.
Kept my foot in it, you know, got lucky a few times. I think I was 10th overall, which is cool to finish in the top 10 here. Would have liked to win, obviously. Really want that trophy, but next year. Ford, bring me back next year, please.
I don't know how I would have ever traded in 20 years of drifting to be able to come do a race like this. And just somehow in my life, I situated myself to be with Ford, win a championship with them, and then get invited out to kind of do this. It's kind of corny, but it's really like the experience of a lifetime for me.
We kind of brought Detroit to Le Mans for a little moment. This is what we hear, the soundtrack of Detroit.
I think it's great that we're unapologetically American and the racing in Le Mans the way that American companies should. Just seeing the visibility of all the cars warming up on the Mulsanne, it was really an emotional moment for me personally. To see all those Mustangs built in Flat Rock, Michigan with Coyote engines and a manual transmission warming up their tires, and all the hard work to get here for the Ford team to fly the cars here and prepare them. It's just kind of proud that the company would do something like this in a day and age where we're all accountable to finance and accounting people. We always prefer at Ford to race production vehicles. To be honest, it's very easy for executives to come to these kind of events and say, we're going to go race at Le Mans in hypercar or LMDH. It's a lot harder to win it. And that's really all what we care about, is coming here and having a great ambiance and winning. The hard work begins now.